Etheridge, New Testament. The preaching of Matthew the Apostle. And Jesus answered again by comparisons, and said, The kingdom of heaven resembles a royal person who made a feast to his son. And he sent his servants to call the invited ones to the feast, but they were not willing to come. And again he sent other servants, and said, Tell the invited ones, Behold, my dinner is prepared. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come to the feast. But they despised it, and went, one to his domain, and another to his business. But the rest took his servants, and shamefully treated and killed them. But when the king heard, he was wroth, and sent his forces, and destroyed those murderers, and burned their city. Then said he to his servants, The feast is prepared, and those who were invited were not worthy. Go therefore into the outlets of the highways, and every one whom you find, call to the feast. And those servants went forth into the highways, and assembled all whom they found, the bad and the good, and the place of feasting was filled with guests. And the king entered to see the guests, and he saw there a man who was not dressed in the garments of a festival. And he said to him, My friend, how didst thou enter here, when thou hast not the vestments of the feast? But he was silent. Then said the king unto his servitors, Bind his hands and his feet, and cast him forth into the darknesses without. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are the called, but few the chosen. Then went the Pharisees, and took counsel how they might ensnare him in discourse. And they sent to him their disciples with certain of the household of Herod, saying to him, Doctor, we know that thou art resolutely true, and that the way of God in truth thou teachest. Neither carriest thou fear for man, for thou acceptest not the person of men. Tell us then, how doth it appear to thee? Is it lawful to give head money unto Caesar, or not? But Jesus knew their malice, and said, Why do you tempt me, you hypocrites? Show me the denarius of the head silver. And they presented to him a denarius. And Jesus said to them, Whose are this image and inscription? They say, Caesar's. He saith to them, Give then the things of Caesar unto Caesar, and the things of God unto God. And when they heard, they wondered, and left him, and went. In that same day came the Sadducees, affirming to him that there is no life for the dead. And they questioned him, saying to him, Doctor, Moses has said to us that if a man die having no children, his brother shall take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. But there were with us 7 brethren, the eldest of whom took a wife, and died. And because he had no children, he left his wife unto his brother. So also did he who was second, and he who was the third. and unto the 7th of them. But the last of all the women also is dead. In the resurrection, therefore, of whom from these 7 shall she be the wife? For all had taken her. Jesus answered and said to them, You do err, because you understand not the Scriptures, nor the power of God. For in the resurrection of the dead they take not wives, neither are wives united to husbands, but as the angels of God in heaven are they. But concerning the resurrection of the dead, have you not read that which has been spoken to you by God, who said, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob? But God is not of those who are dead, but of those who are alive. And when the multitudes heard, they were wonderstruck at his doctrine. But when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together, and one from them, who was skillful in the law, questioned him, tempting him, Doctor, which commandment is greatest in the law? Jesus said to him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind. This is the commandment, the great and the first. And the second is like unto it, that thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang the law and the prophets. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus questioned them and said, What say you concerning the Messiah? Whose son is he? They say to him, Son of David. Saith he to them, And how doth David in spirit call him the Lord? For he said, that the Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I put thine adversaries beneath thy feet. If, then, David calleth him the Lord, how is he his son? And no man could give to him the answer, nor did any man dare again from that day to question him.